I
right?
think the other fun news story was this No Kings, this no, the No Kings protest yesterday, and I want to see, Scott. What was your, like? You had to have like seen something about it on, on the news, or as you lived your daily life in California yesterday. Maybe you drove by some of it. I don't know. I know how you people in California love to protest, but like, did you see any of it? Did you
Not this time. I have before, and it's just people with oversimplified opinions. It's angry people. It's just like we were talking about before. It's people in their silos, and it's not that there's something there to motivating them that's coming from like an honest-ish place, but it's being manifested in this oversimplified. Just oversimplified is I could say that all day long. It's just oversimplified.
Yeah,
There's
what struck me about it more than anything else when I saw reams and reams of video, every single video I saw, like most of the people that were boomers, they were great. They were old people. They were gray haired. It was like watching, like, I don't know, survivors of Woodstock, or like Manson's extended family, or like the retreads from the nuclear freeze movement. They were all gray haired old hippies, is what they were like. I'm talking like 60 or 70%, like in a sea of people, and just like hundreds of dots of gray hair, right? All these old people, and I'm like, how do you get to be 70 years old and put on a furry costume, or put on, a Donald Trump balloon suit, and go walking around talking about no kings? Like, the political party you're a member of fucked Bernie Sanders out of the nomination 2 times in a row, in 2016 and 2020, so they could coronate Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. And then they refused to hold a fucking primary last year so they could coronate Kamala Harris. And you're out there protesting kings.
they take the democracy out of democratic for sure.
What the fuck is that about? How do you square that fucking circle? How do you fucking do that? Like, and then I don't give a fuck if I get in trouble for this. So it was a lot of old people, it was a lot of old boomers, a lot of Woodstock survivors, right? And then I think half of the rest of the group were people on public assistance. They're the fucking parasites of society, right? They're the ones that are on fucking benefits, that don't have jobs, have never had a fucking job, and they only, and their deal is to go out and protest. That's their fucking deal. It's a fucking hobby.
It checks out. I guess the first rule of protesters is you can't be going to work that day, right? I mean, it's
Well,
going to automatically select against
it's,
that.
Saturday. A lot of people don't. It was a weekend, etc. Right? So like that. But like, honestly, and yeah, there were some huge crowds, and supposedly it was 7 million people. And then like all the comments on all over from reporters, people in the media, people from from the influencer crowd. It's if only these people had voted, we wouldn't have Donald Trump. We should, if everybody had voted Cameron to be president, we'd all be at brunch right now. And all this.
I saw that sign.
Was
Yeah.
the Doug Harris thing? Was the Doug Harris thing real, or was that AI?
No, well, that was like Kamala Harris's husband. He was with the protesters, and one of the protesters had a sign that said, "If we'd elected Kamala, we'd all be at brunch right now." It's just so stupid. Like, your wife's party wouldn't have a fucking primary. They coronated your fucking wife, and you're out there at a No Kings protest. Go fuck yourself.
I don't think you're going to get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty obvious.
Bernie Sanders of all people, and AOC, like Bernie Sanders and that fucking kooky old Marxist who everybody laughed at for 30 fucking years in Washington, because all he did was run around filleting Marxist dictators in Central America and praising the Soviets and praising Castro. Like, the man that everybody, that literally, even leftists in the Washington press corps laughed at him every time he walked into a room. That motherfucker went on stage yesterday talking about no kings. You got fucked over by the political party that you are standing up there representing right now. twice. They fucked you over. They stole the nomination from you, and then they just canceled their primary process so they could nominate the woman that you voted for president this last time. You old crazy fuck.
So you don't like Bernie Sanders much?
No, you know, the only thing more hypocritical than Bernie Sanders standing on stage with members of the Democratic Party, machine like Chris Murphy, etc., and everybody who was up there sharing the fucking stage with. The only thing more hypocritical than Bernie Sanders prattling on about no kings is Bernie Sanders, the multimillionaire, prattling on about Marxism. Don't fuck yourself, Bernie, you crazy old fuck. Can you tell I need a fucking cigarette? And a drink.